Hi, you guys. Welcome to Dog Hugs. Geraldine, it is so great to see you. How are you today?
I'm great. Hi, Larry. Hi, Spider.
He is doing so well, just little by little. You know what? We'll get him started on his busy something today.
Something.
We're creating these puzzles for him. And folks, welcome to the Laundry Lounge. Walk with me over into the studio. That was Spider pushing the intro. He wanted to hear the intro music again. Come on over here.
He is still so wed to the idea of directing us. It's hilarious. Actually, no, he's doing a great job.
The show. So, okay, back off, little buddy. So I have his treat ball here. It's got some treats in it. When he rolls it around, the treats pop out, and so I'm putting it inside of a dog bowl, covered by a dog bowl, and then I'm putting, wait there, buddy, get back up, no jumping the gun, and then I'm putting it in here, and then we're gonna watch him get going there.
Awesome.
All right. How long does it take him to pull that out and start going on his treat ball? Go, Spider. Yes, he's got it. All right. What was that, 10 seconds? Now he'll be rolling that around for a little bit, and then we've got other treats to get him going.
He's great. I'm really proud of him. I am. And, you know, today we have a really super special surprise, which is today's the last day of the month. So we have saved the best for last, if you will, when it comes to what our pet calendar has, and someone coined this whole month being Pet Preparedness Month. For anything really, what do you need to be prepared for? So today we decided, being the last day of the month, we'd have one of our favorite, we call her America's Pet Health and Safety Coach. We thought she would be the most appropriate person to have on, Miss Arden Moore, who we adore very much, and many animals adore her because she's saved their lives. That's a really great thing to have under your belt when you can know you're capable of saving an animal's life if there's an emergency.
And you've had that experience yourself, Geraldine.
Oh, numerous times, too many to count. One in particular was about this time 12 years ago when I was boarding and training a friend/client's pet while they were out of town, and they had given me some treats for her, and she was a small white Bichon mix, and I told them that these treats were a little too rough for them, but they said, oh, they're her favorite. So, you know, her parents are out of town. She's a little nervous, but she's still doing great with me. And she takes one of those treats and sucks it into her throat, and it gets lodged in her throat. So without the proper ability to be able to remove that from her throat without harming her, that takes, you know, that, and you're afraid, you have adrenaline rushing. So thank God for people like Arden Moore, who step in and teach us how to maintain composure when we're in an emergency situation with a pet, to help protect everyone involved and help save the pet ultimately. So it's a lucky day for us here today, and we're glad you're here joining in on this very educational and such a relevant topic always.
Yes, and folks, follow along with the Facebook chat because Robbie is in the chat with you guys, and she's posting some of the wonderful articles that she's written, and we'll post articles to some of Arden Moore's work as well.
Definitely.
So, definitely follow along with us, you guys. This is you're really going to enjoy the Arden Moore. So I have the privilege of introducing Arden to you because she is America's Pet and Health Safety Coach. She teaches thousands of people in person and via Zoom the latest in pet first aid and CPR and safety. Arden is the founder of Pet First Aid for You and a master certified pet first aid and CPR instructor. All of Arden's classes are veterinarian approved, and they're fun. So, because who says learning pet first aid has to be scary or boring? Arden teams up with pet safety dog Kona and pet safety cat Casey in her classes. And we're going to have a surprise here on the show today. In addition, Arden Moore is the author of 24 dog and cat books, the host of the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio, and happily shares her Dallas home with her furry Brady Bunch. Welcome to the show, Arden Moore.
Hey, yay! Hi, Arden. Hi, Kona.
We've got Casey and Kona.
Yeah, we got them both. Well, we'll see how long Casey. Hey, you're the trick man. Look at this. Casey, watch. Casey, come. Casey, ready? Watch. Casey, touch. No treat.
Nice.
And for you, I taught Kona this from your book. Kona, hug. Kona, ready? Hug.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw. Wow.
That's your surprise, Larry.
Bravo. I am blown away.
Isn't that impressive?
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. And thank you, Kona, for that great trick book. And Chris, thank you for that great trick book that Arden is proving anyone can pick up and master any trick with any dog of any age, regardless. That's how user-friendly and easy it is to follow along with. So thank you, Larry, and thank you.
On the bench. She
Yes.
comes to bed and gives me a hug, right, Kona? Yeah.
Aw.
You know,
All right. Let's get going here.
yes, absolutely, because we have a lot to cover. I mean, first of all, Kona's going to show off. But before Kona shows off, my dog's name is Casey. I don't know if I told you that, Arden. I've been meaning, and I probably told you in passing a while back, but I love the fact that we have Casey dog and Casey cat.
Yeah.
But let's if you want to go ahead and jump in and have Kona show off a little bit more, that would be great. We're going to dive into some really fun tricks and tips that Arden's has prepared for us,
Well,
and it's all wrapped around safety.
Yeah. And so Geraldine and Larry know me. I am sort of a punster. So when I started teaching pet first aid about 10 years ago, I'm realizing we don't want to be falling asleep in class, and nobody wants to read a paragraph. So with the help of the most active safety cat in America, Casey, and pet safety dog, Kona, we give a chance to give people a chance to really hone in on their skills. Yes, I have everything approved by veterinarians, but I sing in my classes. We have jingles. Like when a dog is really hot, you never put ice on them.
Correct.
We use cool water because in the words of that famous singer, ice, ice, not nice, baby. So
Isn't that a great way to remember that forever? She imprints them in a way they never forget. It's a blessing. So sweet.
doing CPR, everybody's like, well, do I need to move the dog this way or this way? The heart is right here. So I came up with a little rhyme. The hand that does the pump is closest to the rump. The palm is the pump because it's got that meaty stuff. So when people are in my class, they're going, the hand that does the pump is closest to the rump and the palm is the pump. Now watch this. Kona, don't wake up. Kona, don't wake up. Kona, don't wake up. Kona, don't wake up. How's that?
Perfect.
Good girl.
I'm in awe,
It's
Arden.
so
That's
special.
great. And I got the rhyme already.
I'm all about, I love pets. My motto is to bring out the best in pets and their people.
Absolutely.
So, I feel very fortunate. This whole crazy COVID time, all my classes now are on Zoom, and I was like, how am I going to reach people? Do you know what the hidden blessing of teaching a pet first aid class via Zoom is? I can work on Casey and Kona and Geraldine. I can see your dog, Casey, and Spider, and I can guide you guys in your own homes with your own pets where they're happy and safe. Because in an in-person class, for liability reasons, I can't teach people can't bring their pets because then I have to put my pet behaviorist hat on. But this is one hidden silver lining of staying in place is that I can actually teach you. And the last class we taught people from 3 different time zones. We have another class July 11th, and I'm team teaching with a good friend of mine, Dr. Lisa Littman. Yes, there's going to be a veterinarian in the house, but she also has a podcast about pets and punchlines. So she's fun like me.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you guys should probably think about getting her on. She's hilarious. But she is a veterinarian I've known for 10 years. And during COVID, had started team teaching. She's down in Florida right now taking care of her parents who survived COVID.
Wow.
Because she had to shut her practice down in New York for a while. And so we're making the best out of a bad situation and saving lives together.
So she's frozen up. Oh, there she is. She's back. Good. And so we are so grateful, first of all, that we are able to reach out to people through Zoom. I think it's even more important now. It's always been important to me, Arden. You've always been an angel in the pet first aid and CPR arena to me and to America and to the world. But it's really even more important now because people are spending more time at home now. So the hidden danger level in your home just went up a couple of notches in my eyes.
A few things that people may not be realizing, and I have some samples. We like visual, right, Geraldine?
Of course, it helps imprint the memory so you never forget it, just like our pets. So
have we been carb loading a bit while we're in place?
Guilty.
All right.
Guilty as charged.
As much as these may add on the carbs on ours, these are actually causing a lot of suffocation in our dogs and our cats because we're not being good housekeepers and we're leaving the bags around, and their noses are so much better than ours. I mean, actually, if you dropped a Cheeto in an Olympic-sized swimming pool, the only being right now that could tell that was in the pool, woofs and purrs. And so really, this is a thing that some of my veterinary ER friends are really concerned about because the pets are suffocating on snack bags.
They are. And it has to stop. We have to actually pause and pay attention to how we're handling everything around our pets right now. And because it only takes one little tiny mistake to put you in a position where you cannot help, and you could have been proactive. So we're here today to not only encourage you to sign up for Arden's classes, take them, help educate your friends, bring them along so that everyone can feel empowered if that situation happens. And I used the word if, I should have used the word when. It's going to happen. You cannot avoid it. It's not worth trying to avoid it. It's worth trying to be prepared, being prepared for it, and doing everything you can to avoid it, but being ready just in case it happens. And you talk about being a MacGyver. So I definitely want to go into the hidden dangers, and then we're going to go into some MacGyver. So besides snack bags, share some other hidden dangers around the house.
Okay, we're trying to, for the people that are not carb loading, but they want to get a good HDL fat, there's a lot of people having avocado toast. I used to live in California, and that was a big deal, and it's finally going across the country. It's very good for us, but unfortunately for our dogs and cats, the avocados have an ingredient that can actually cause pancreatitis. Ow, ow, ow.
It's the worst.
A cat. Also, some dogs think that pit is a ball, and it goes right in their mouth, and it's slickery, and it can trap and block the airway and be very slippery to try to remove. So sorry, guys, don't share your avocado toast with your beautiful dog or cat. The other thing, there's a lot of folks that may be going on a keto diet, or they're diabetic, or they're just watching their carbs, and they know that xylitol in gum and chewing gum and mints are bad for dogs. Here's the deal though. Some people are buying sugar-free peanut butter, not knowing, and stuffing their Kong or whatever chew toy for their dog. And xylitol, believe it or not, Geraldine, is 100 times more deadly than theobromine is in dark chocolate.
It shuts their liver down.
Yes, it does. And it also causes seizures. And, it's just bad. So please, guys, read the label.
And there are more things than just chemical.
Oops, you froze.
Yeah. There we go.
We both froze for a second.
Yeah, you're back.
So those are great tips, because I'll catch my husband sometimes in the kitchen eating something and giving a little corner to the pets, and
I didn't say no to those.
I put my hands over the puppy's eyes and go, don't look at him, don't talk to him, stay away from him, and I scoot them out of the room, so that, because he ruins my training game when he ups the ante on what kind of a treat they get, and they look at me like I don't want to be around her anymore. She only gives us these little boring things. I want to go with him. So have to watch that, but also have to watch our snacking utensils and different things we have around the house. I mean, if you've been touching them, they're plastic.
Yeah. Besides the food and the bags that can cause suffocation, we're on this zeal to keep everything germ-free. We're using household cleaning products with ammonia and bleach. Great to kill the coronavirus. Bad for your dog or cat, because they're walking on your just cleaned kitchen floor, or Casey is doing a dance on the kitchen counter or the island, and that actually affects their mucous membranes, can cause dizziness and respiratory diseases. So here's my rule, guys, we do need to keep it safe, but please put your dog or cat in another room with engaging toys and all their little amenities until that area completely dries.
And also, if you get down on all fours and you smell those fumes, they're breathing it in, it's ruining their lungs, and it is ruining their nose, which is how they communicate, and it throws them off. So you're really doing them a disservice, and yourself for using, for not ventilating properly. You're harming your own body.
So unintentionally, I'm just trying to help people out. We love these guys. They do anything for us. And just making you aware is I'm glad you have shows like you and Larry have, because this is how we're going to save lives.
Exactly. So, all right. I do the best I can.
What are you doing, buddy?
All right. I do the best I can every day to keep my house puppy proofed or pet proofed. And during 4th of July, you especially want to double proof your house, because your pets are going to start having some anxiety. So, this is a good time to pay attention to what you have laying around. It's really important. And Arden can speak on that all day long. And we'll do a whole section on that on another day about some different triggers and different things that you can do to help be proactive, so that you don't have to retrieve something out of your pet's mouth.
I can show you how to do it. Quick demo on choking if you'd like.
Oh, I would love that. I think it's really important. That'd be wonderful.
Kona? Okay, Kona, sit up. What? Okay, Kona says, okay, guys, when a dog or cat are choking, this is where you use your ears and your eyes. They're lurching forward and you're hearing that choking. If you run up to them, there's a good chance they're going to swallow that chicken bone and get it caught in their trachea, or that big wad of cheese, or they're going to bite you, or they're going to flee. So you kind of be sneaky. You never do what I say is a doggy De Niro. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. You're looking at me, I'm looking at you. You come from behind. You step in when that's...
She'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, sorry. What's that?
No, go right ahead. We lost you for a moment. Go ahead.
Let me make sure I've got the right, I think I'm on the right Wi-Fi. Hang on.
Good. You were doing look at me, look at you, looking at me, looking at you.
Yeah, you're doing great.
That's what I call it. I call it the doggy De Niro. We don't do doggy De Niros. So you move in when you hear that coughing turn to a sound that's like, that's called a strider, which means right now, whatever the object is, it's right there blocking partially the airway. So this is when you need to do abdominal thrust, the doggy Heimlich. So Geraldine and Larry, I want you all to make a fist. Make a fist. You can do it. Kona says, make a fist. Then put your hand underneath it like it's a cup and saucer. I just made you British. It's tea time. Okay, so what you do is when the dog is choking, for a medium-sized dog, you go under their belly, their rib cage to the end, and you'll see this little soft spot. You put your fist right there. Then you take your other hand and cup and saucer, and on the exhale, you do 5 thrusts. So you listen, you hear that strider, thrust, 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 thrust. And then you come from behind, and you can open the mouth and see if the object has popped forward. If there's nothing in the mouth and they're not having trouble breathing anymore, they've swallowed it. Who knows? Especially those fun-loving, crazy labs. They're diamond in here. So you do need to get it checked at the vet. For the big dogs, you can come from here. Blimp, blimp, blimp. Now watch this. Casey. Casey's going to become a small dog. Sit, boo-boo, sit. Kona, sit. Thank you.
He knows something. He knows it's a stressful moment right now that she's describing something that's stressful for most people when they learn about it and learn how to do it. I can tell by his body language. He knows how serious it is right now. He's such a great assistant.
So Casey's sitting here like this. Doesn't he look like all I need is a beer and a remote?
Yes.
But when you have a little,
So in awe, Arden.
he's actually purring. Oh man, he's a certified therapy cat too, so he visits. You sit down with his back to your belly, and you cup your hand right in that same spot, and you do those 5 thrusts on the exhale. Inhale, blah, inhale, blah, inhale, blah, inhale, blah, inhale, blah, inhale, blah. Now pray for me, Larry and Geraldine.
Yes.
You open the mouth and you check it out. I think I have to reward them. So
Definitely.
and here comes my cat in training. This is Rusty the performer. Watch him all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. I'm gonna
Love it.
sit. Casey, sit, sit, touch. Now sachet. Come on, sachet.
Sachet Shantae.
Come on, sachet. Sachet, because they don't do spins. Sit
Right.
all the way up. There you go, Larry. How's my cat training doing?
Beautiful.
I'm amazed, actually.
We ride in a stroller. I'm not a leash. This one comes to a whistle and jumps through hoops. So yeah, I have fun with my babies.
Well,
All
I can't
animals love her, Larry.
and show us some cat tricks. That'll be awesome.
Definitely. So would you go into quickly talking about my favorite MacGyver article is how to make, what do you do for a makeshift muzzle if you find a pet, say your pet gets hurt or you find a pet that's harmed and you want to help that pet. I love this. This is my favorite tip. I've given this tip to people for years. A lot of my dog training clients carry something with them that can be utilized as a makeshift muzzle. So this is one of your gems. I'm so happy we can share this today.
We're going to do 2 ways because there's different types of dogs. This is the dog with the regular size muzzle. And then we're going to show you the MacGyver tip for dogs that are brachiocephalic breeds, the pushed in noses like the pugs and the boxers and some pitties. So for dogs like Kona, you practice now and make it so that they predict what's going to happen and always bring out, like you say, your husband, the grade A level treats, right? So I get everybody in class to take like a leash, the drawstrings on your hoodie or your shoelaces, make a smile, you're happy. And then you make a loop and you come from behind the dog. And that's where you do the little tie. The first tie is on the muzzle.
Look how good he is.
This does 2 things. There's a calming signal for dogs at the bridge of the nose. When they were being unruly puppies, Mama said, "Settle down, Kona." And then you also prevent the lower jaw from opening, which is the power that bites. So you make 1 tie, then you make a second tie under the chin. And now that I live in Texas, you take a 3rd tie at the base of the neck. And ta-da! Ta-da-da, 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 ta-da-da.
In awe. Go, Kona.
Beautiful.
When you get done, the whole gang's gonna go crazy here now because my little kitten is a feline fruity. So watch. Go get it. Okay, see?
Perfect. I love that. That's great. Well, so you see how easy it is, first of all, how important it is to educate yourself on how to use it and practice on your own pets, because it's really a great thing for your pet to trust if you're going to put a muzzle on them if they're harmed.
Well,
that they trust
for the dog with the pushed in face, because we don't have a basket muzzle with us. So
right.
turn Kona into a pug?
Yes.
Kona,
Kona's going to do his pug impersonation right now. We have all kinds of impersonators on this show.
so a thick towel, fold it in half, or take your hoodie. Make sure that if it's a towel, it's the crease side facing you. Take your drawstrings or a leash and don't fold, roll. I mean, fold, don't roll. Squeeze me. Squeeze me. He goes,
toss that foodie another treat.
He goes, am I in this shot? Now watch, here we go. Kona, come on up, Kona. All right.
Kona the pug.
So you come in behind, you hold the towel as you grab the two ends, and you really snugly tie it into a very taut bow.
One big donut.
And what it does is, because they have pushed in faces, this is thick against their body, but it's not going to hurt their trachea. And it's nice and wide, so you limit their ability to open the lower jaw. What do you think?
That's
beautiful.
I'm going to practice that.
And
I encourage everybody to practice.
I made it. I want to thank, as Casey would say, I want to thank the cat to me.
You're incorrigible.
The paparazzi. They'll be giving autographs later.
Yeah. But really, they've already traveled to 13 states by plane and car. And we've taught canine police officers. We've taught pet sitters, boarding facility, dog trainers, cat. We teach a cat-only first aid class. I also teach a 2-day program on how to become a pet first aid instructor. And we also teach classes not for certification, but people who just want the basics. So we have a lot of different ways to get you to learn how to be your pet's best health ally.
And you just finished your fear-free certification recently as well.
Yes, well, it was about a year ago. I'm certified in all the tracks, and I'm one of their national speakers. So we use this in class. You're going to love this one, guys. Hi, everybody. Well, when, I'm injured, I only have 4 F's to choose from. I can fidget, I can freeze, I can flee, or I can fight. So
she knocks it out of the park.
We teach people how to reduce FAS in our dogs and cats: fear, anxiety, and stress at home, in the car, at the vet clinic. I got to tell you, these guys rock it at the vet clinic, and you always want the vet or the groomer or the pet sitter or the boarding person to say, I wish I had 1,000,000 Konas.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. I wish everyone had a Kona. I know everybody has their own version of their wonderful Kona in their life. I just applaud Kona and Casey for their patience while we train people and act all crazy around them.
Look at them. They have their own trading cards that we distribute to kids in over 100 children's hospitals too.
Which I love. I actually have a set of those, and they're so great. And you just light so many children up through that program. That's wonderful.
Now,
thank you.
Give away one of those books that were you able to give away?
Oh, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna so please, people, if you would in the comments, and we will take some entries after the show as well. We'll be giving away one of Arden's books. I think it'd be really smart for us to, there we go. That would be really smart for us to support her, to encourage you all to gain a larger understanding around your pets and their safety.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that, and thank you for giving away one of your books, Arden.
Yeah.
Maybe you recall the story. The first time you and I met was, some 10 years ago. Maybe, yeah, it had to be longer.
We were in our 20s, right?
Yeah, that's right. And you are already up on a pedestal for me, because I was just getting into the pet space, having done this DVD to teach young children dog safety and dog care. And your name kept popping up as on the Googler. And
I dated Google for a while, We broke off well,
Okay, good to hear that.
No, I think it's great. I love everything that you do to help bring the awareness, especially to children. Both of you, actually. The ironic part was, as you two were doing that 10 years ago, I was dressing up like a dog and going into elementary schools and teaching them how to live with a pet properly. So I just think it's hilarious. It's so meaningful.
Carolyn, I got to see a picture of that.
Yeah,
I'll send one. And I used to blacken one of my eyes, like put a big circle around my eye with whiskers. I have, and you can see a few on Facebook, but I'll find them, and you guys will you'll crack up laughing. It's hilarious.
That would be
hilarious.
The book I showed you came out a couple months ago, and it's called A Kid's Guide. And what I love is in the pages, Kona gets to say things to the kids. And then I have the cat version, and pet safety cat Casey gets to talk to the kids. And I just found out from my publisher, maybe it's because it's COVID and all the kids are stuck at home and the parents are going bonkers. Both books have sold out and are now in the second printing.
Bravo! Bravo!
That's wonderful. And such a gift.
No, I didn't.
That's such a gift for the children to have that as a great learning tool, especially right now. So bravo.
Draft copy. And if there's any cat viewers on your dog show, we'll give away a cat book too.
Sure, because a lot of families do have cats and dogs together. Sometimes people forget that. But on the other hand, maybe one of those will be given away on the Crimeless Cat Show, which might be a really great thing.
That's right. I got to remember, you guys are multi-media moguls. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah, Robbie, whom, of course, Arden, you know very well.
Oh, Robbie's awesome.
Yeah, is in the Facebook chat right now and posting some links and messages. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, tomorrow, July 1st, I'm going to host my own TV show called The Meowie Hour, and it's through Cat Fancier Association on Facebook and a webinar. So go to the CFA Facebook page. But you may not know this, I'm actually a licensed bartender. So at the end, I'm going to make a cocktail to make a toast to all cats. And the first one we're going to do tomorrow is going to be a Tom Cat Collins.
Very good. A little
I'm in
for you.
So it's at like 6 o'clock Eastern, but we're going to have great guests. I hope we can get you guys on, and it's all about the paw. Right, guys? All about the paw.
Well, definitely bring me on for Taco Tuesday. or Martini Monday.
Oh, brought it back. Taco Cat. I remember that song.
we will, first of all, we plan on having you back. Because we will want to do this a little more often to help inspire people to empower themselves by owning these skills and not being scared or upset or nervous or anxious when something does happen, so that they will be prepared for any disaster. As our point today being Pet Preparedness Month, it's really something that shines light on doing this all year round, not just in June. This should be your whole life, just being prepared. As we mentioned, the training doesn't stop. The life education doesn't stop, and neither should you being prepared for disaster. So we'll talk more about that on a future show. Arden, we'd love to ask you for a shelter shout out. Is there a shelter close by you down there in Texas you'd love to give a big shout out to?
I work closely with this group. I help them with their critter camp for kids, and I'm a big believer in shelters. They're not shelter rescues, they're shelter alums. And let's give a big shout out to the SPCA of Texas in Dallas and in McKinney.
Fantastic. I love that area. They are wonderful people in that area. I mean, I love Texas.
I really love what they're doing. Their mission is great.
I love hearing you say shelter alums. Yeah, we also call them shelter grads.
Oh, I like that. That's even good too. And when people adopt a pet, what they fostered. Now this sounds weird. You've already kicked the tires. Don't kick your dog. But you know that this dog or this cat and you are meant to be. So pick your head up. Don't be going, I'm a foster failure. No, you're a foster success.
Bravo.
Bravo.
So bring it up, guys. Bring it up.
Flip.
What's that?
A foster flip.
Yeah, foster flip or foster success, but
yeah, not a foster.
Look down, look up. This is a great thing.
There's this euphemism that Arden's talking about It's called foster failure, meaning I'm going to bring in a dog or a cat into my home to just shelter it for a while in my home until it's ready to be adopted by somebody else. And then I end up falling in love and I keep the cat. Well, some folks have decided that's a foster failure, but Arden's telling us that's a foster success.
Yes, it is. That's definitely a foster success. Either way, we're just so
came from
grateful.
Shelters. They're both shelter successes, alums.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Arden, here at Dog Hugs, we are all about gratitude. We are super grateful for you. We would love to know if there's anyone you would like to give a special shout out to today in gratitude.
In gratitude for the pet world?
Anything.
Your world and your life and the world at large.
I really want to give a pause up to a man that I've been a friend and learned tons from and has more puns than I do. And that is Dr. Marty Becker, who is behind Fear Free Pets. We've known each other since the days he was this rhubarb coming out of Idaho with a baseball bat in a conference, asking humbly if people would sign his bat so they could make a home run for pets at a conference. I'm like, who's this dude?
Oh.
And that was 20 years ago. And look where he is now. But he and I've ghostwritten some of his books and articles. He was my very first guest on the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio that I host, which has been on the air 13 years now.
Bravo.
So we have over 500,000 listeners, and they're not all my relatives. So I really, really want to give a shout out to Dr. Marty Becker.
Beautifully done.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah.
him too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hope that Kona can meet Spider someday. And
I do too. I do too. We'll be, traveling around the country, going into shelters and teaching dog tricks. Because Arden, as you know, that I believe that dog tricks save lives.
I agree with you. Your book is the best trick book I've ever seen, and I have it. A lot of pages thumbed. I had to take all my little sticky notes out before in case I had to show you that I actually have your book. But the hug me, we do that every night. Mm-hmm. And this is my best friend, and this is my BFF, my best line friend. So I'm doubly blessed.
And we're blessed to know you. We're blessed to have you in our world. We're so glad that you made the leap into the pet world. You are all that and more. Your words are fantastic, and your last name couldn't be more fitting.
I don't want to be a bag of chips.
You're all that and a bag of chips. Yes, definitely. And so we look forward to having you on again to share more pet safety tips. They are the difference between, as you know, remembering a tragedy in a positive way and not. So we prefer that you get through a tragedy in a positive way. So thanks for being there for us all of these years. We look forward to many more.
Seeing on your show, guys.
Thanks, Arden. Take care, my friend.
Bye, Kona. Bye, Casey.
What?
Wow, huh?
Yeah, wow, huh? Yeah. We've had some wonderful folks checking in. My good friend, Scott Kaiser, dog tricks save people too. Well said, Scott. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Scott. We're going to be on a Zoom call together. Yeah, that'll be great. And
wonderful.
Is also is keen for Tequila Tuesday. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, I'm in.
Great. Well, we'll send you one over to Missouri. Yeah. And neighbor Nora is very happy as well. Yeah. Oh, it is so
Hi,
great.
Nora.
Yeah. And Carol wants us to get on with it, but that was a while ago. Are you still with us, Carol Ann? And Stephanie, my Yorkie's name is Troy. Well, welcome to you and Troy.
I love that name. I love when people name their pets people names like Gary or Phil. I think it's hilarious.
That's so interesting to hear. I never quite got that. I thought it was anthropomorphizing them too much, because as you know, I used to write TV cartoons. And wrote for the Muppets and Disney and, all this kind of stuff. And I just thought, you know, dogs, animals need to have different kinds of names. Otherwise, they become human in a way that didn't work for me. But I need to try on a different way, Geraldine.
I find it fun now, and I took your point of view many years ago. I think somebody I knew wanted to name their dog Gary, and I went, really? And then I met the dog, and I was like, he's a Gary. That's funny. It's really just a bunch of letters mixed together with sounds, right? So, we imprint the meaning on that. So I had to let go of some of that, but I think it's fun and funny, and I just love people's creativity and their bonds. I think it's just fun.
Well, myself having a name that is one of the Three Stooges, I always think it's fun when they name a dog Larry,
Yes. I think it's hilarious. I love it. I think it's great. Well,
it was a beer ad that had a Larry the dog.
There was.
Yeah.
All right. Monkey baby.
All right. Shelter shout out. I'm going today with the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. Folks, if you're part of the country or you're part of the world is in the barrel right now with COVID, we are sending you blessings. And our good friends at the Humane Society of Southern Arizona are in the barrel right now, and sending them some extra blessings, extra love,
extra hugs.
Extra hugs, yeah. So
it's a tough time right now, and not everyone's aware of, and I don't blame them all for protecting themselves from the news a little bit. I mean, you have to give yourself that space where you just get a chance to exist. However, my shelter shout out is for all the humane societies across the United States. They're really all hurting in one way or another, whether it be funding or volunteers, or some are doing great, others not so great. Could it be, for multiple reasons, like Vegas. I know they're getting inundated with pets there because so many people are moving out now that many jobs are cut and they don't have a way that they can actually survive in the near future. So a lot of them are having to relocate. So some of the pets are not going with them. And that's part of Vegas animal society. It is a transient town, and a good portion of it is transient. And so dogs coming in and out, thank goodness for the shelters to be there to help catch them before they fall.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
My heart goes out to all of them.
We've had some of your Vegas friends on the show, and I will continue to have more of your friends. And big shout out. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
My gratitude, my blessing today goes to one of my dear friends from Heroic Public Speaking. From time to time, I'll have some of them on the show, and to share their love of animals and also to share their wisdom in all kinds of fields. Well, one of my dear friends from that community, Heroic Public Speakings, Sandy Rocourt, and I yesterday had a wonderful conversation about race relations. She's a Black American and is really so instrumental in building bridges and helping me wake up. So big shout out to my friend Sandy Rocourt.
And how wonderful to have friends that you can have those conversations with.
Yeah.
That are meaningful conversations. We're going to be having one of those next week with one of my friends, in a very similar vein. My gratitude, and it's my goodness gracious, it's there are so many people to thank all of the time, and I don't think it's going to be possible for me to thank all of them. But right now, my gratitude goes to everyone out there who is struggling and looking for answers and finding them, and then continuing to look and then finding them. It's not an easy time right now. There are really for anybody. Everyone's having a tough time right now. So what I'm finding is something when I train a lot of people and they tell me I find this one thing I focus on, it really helps keep me positive. So being able to keep yourself in that positive space and be able to help people because of that, gratitude to everybody out there working so hard to do that, and keep it up. You benefit, your pets benefit, your friends benefit, and the whole world benefits. if everybody could find peace at the same moment in time, can you imagine what the world would be like? I mean, I think of that John Lennon song all the time. If we could all choose peace for the same moment across the whole world, I just think our pets and nature would love us for that. So, thanks for hanging in there, everybody. My gratitude is to you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you. As Geraldine said so wisely, our gratitude is to you. And we look forward, those of you who are cat lovers, look forward to seeing you again tomorrow and back here for Dog Hugs on Thursday, always at noon Pacific, and big hug to all y'all. All right.
Big hugs. Thanks for joining.